Now, getting into the final topic of the day is just really what can you learn about spring? What can you learn from spring practice? Spring practices are good as they answer some questions, like what's up with Latu Latu? Well, we learned that he medically retired due to a neck injury, which is why he also missed all of last year. We learned that Jacob Kaiser and Isaiah Gilchrist, who opted out last year, are no longer with the crave. We learned that Taj Davis, who opted out last year, is back with the crave. We learned that type of things. We learned, I guess, just the little lists of things, just the little housekeeping lists and that type of information. Who's playing, who's not, who's left the team, who's with the team, joined the team, transfer, stuff like that. The things that we will not learn, I nearly guarantee, is who's the starting QB. I don't think we'll really get a firm answer with the running back rotation. I think that's been changing nearly every practice they've had. Who's running with the ones, who's running with the twos, and all that. So that's an ever-evolving running back rotation that we're not going to know by the spring game who's going to be back. Will we learn the starting defensive backs? Maybe the cornerbacks are guaranteed to be Trent McDuffie. I think it's got to be Buki maybe getting one of those starting spots. Tyler Gordon getting one of the starting spots. And then in the other starting spot, there's a few names that I've heard going around for that, like kind of battling for that slot spot with Buki. But overall, we probably won't learn any of the starting position groups' final positions. I mean, especially the safety group, another spot that's looked at as a question mark for the team. You got just loads and loads of players who the Huskies have been putting in this practices at that position to figure it out. You got Asa Turner, Dominic Hampkins, Cameron Williams, Julius Irving. I've heard Jacoby Covington, Alex Cook. All those names are guys competing for those two spots. Who knows who gets it? It could be any two combination of those guys, I think. A lot of people might want to assume Junior Asa Turner is one of the starters. But I'm not one of those people. As frankly, I wasn't that impressed with him last year. He didn't do anything to wow me. He really kind of just did his job, I guess. Didn't do anything special. What you can do with spring practice is it's useful as it lets you see them running drills and showing you skills and even participating in what I guess you'd call light offense versus team defense drills. And with that, what you can do is you can evaluate them yourself and try to determine who might be the starter at each position, who you think is looking the best, and use your knowledge to figure that out. And maybe the coaches have the same opinion as you. I haven't been able to go to any of the practices yet because last week I had a surgery on my arm, so I've been unable to do that. So I don't know the answers to the question of which quarterbacks look the most impressive or anything like that. And even with that, you can only take that with a grain of salt what you see, because they're not kicking off the season a week from now or a week after spring football. That's 5 months from now. That's in September. And in 5 months from now, a guy like Sam Hugh is probably going to have progressed exponentially. At least I hope he progresses exponentially from now until week 1, because he was playing high school football less than a month ago. He is learning at rapid speed the Husky playbook, how to read a college defense, terminology the Huskies use, just everything about college football. He's learning on the fly. The coaches have praised him for it, but still, that's a lot to learn for anybody. Now, spring football is great. Another thing that's great for is just seeing guys playing football again after last season. Everybody loves watching people go out there on the football field and throw it around, make some nice plays, have some nice catches, Maybe eventually they'll do some hitting. I think Saturday is a day that Jimmy Lake talked about doing a lot of scrimmaging. So that might be a good practice to watch for videos. But in terms of what you learn, you don't really learn that much. And especially with Jimmy Lake as the head coach. He learned it from Chris Peterson to really keep all the most important information close to yourself and not really give it out to the media, as I think he feels. What advantage does that give him in letting everyone know who the starting quarterback is? It only really gives advantage to the opposing teams. If it really gives them an advantage, I don't know, but that's his philosophy. So you won't get much from him. Now, unfortunately, that is all I have